Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I would never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos, only if you know what your placements are. Cross-watchers are most definitely welcome. I am Empress Real 1584. The Good Witch. This channel is all about healing. So let's begin healing together. Today, I'm doing a Pisces reading. You know, the one thing that I hear people say is Pisces are cheaters. Pisces are liars. That's what I always hear people say, the same old thing. But that goes for any sign. Just because you are the same sign with someone, it doesn't mean that you are the same as another person. You may have similarities, traits as that person, but you're not the same. So if someone has had a bad experience with the Pisces, it doesn't mean that the next Pisces that you're going to encounter is going to be like the person you dislike. You know, people try to group everyone in together. For instance, I'm a Cancer. And the first thing people like to say is, you're so sensitive. No, I have very powerful emotions, and you should hope that I know how to control them. You know, because I'm one of those crabs that bite. You know, I use these pinchers all the time. And I'm working on myself, right? But we're not the same. I might be similar to another Cancer, just like Pisces may be similar to another Pisces, but it doesn't mean that they are all the same. One thing that you need to be aware of is Pisces sits at the end of the wheel. They're the last of the zodiac sign. And with them being the last of the zodiac sign, you need to understand that they have every sign in them. We have Aries being the first, Pisces being the last. With Pisces being the last, they have everything in them. When they created Aries being the first, they thought about so many things to put inside of Aries. They started with beauty. They started with Aries being fire. Imagine the first zodiac sign being fire and the last being water. So what puts out fire? And that's Pisces. Anytime that I do a Pisces reading, I always tell you guys that Pisces is who I call my mystical fish. It doesn't hurt that they're my cousin because I'm a water sign as well. We have Cancers, we have Pisces, we have Scorpio. But Pisces is at the end. So when they went into creating every zodiac sign, imagine Pisces having every zodiac sign within them. I call them the mystical fish because they match energy, plain and simple. A Pisces can live anywhere in the world and be okay. You know how some people say, well, I never want to move to that state, or I'll never go to that country. I don't think that I would jive with those type of people. I don't think that I should move to that state because I don't think that I'll mesh with those type of people. Pisces, what makes them so mystical is that they get along with everyone. They can go anywhere and they can relate to anyone. True story. They match energy. So, when a child starts to grow up, they go through a phase, as we all have gone through this phase, of mimicking the adults around us or the other children around us. We tease the adults around us, mimic the adults around us and the children. And guess what? They'll tell you to stop because you're getting on their nerves. Pisces matches energy. If you come to a Pisces and you're brolic, they're going to match energy. If you come to a Pisces and you're sweet and nurturing, they're going to match that energy. For a Pisces, what you give is what they will return and give to you. And they're doing you a favor. So, while many of you like to say that Pisces are liars, they match energy. So, imagine you being a liar, and Pisces knows that you're a liar. Why in the world would you think that Pisces needs to be true to you when they know you're a liar? So they may just lie to you because they match energy. Imagine you're honest with the Pisces all the time. They're going to match energy and they're going to be honest with you as well. Imagine you being a cheater, as you call Pisces the cheater. Imagine you cheat. Remember, Pisces has every zodiac sign in them. You cheat, they cheat. We call Pisces the mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. So you have so many people that like to dog other signs out. Talk about them, humiliate them because you think you know. Well, today, let me enlighten you about the Pisces. They match energy. Absolutely. They match energy. They're always ready to beat you at your own game. They are the last sign of the zodiac. That means that things come to an end in order for something new to begin. Imagine it being cold and then going into the spring. Pisces is always about that life. So what you give is what you'll get when it comes to Pisces. They mirror you. So to dog one out, to talk about one, listen, I can't let you. These are my cousins. They are the mystical fish, I hope everyone is doing well. I have cleansed my space before I came to this reading. My space has already been cleansed. I cleansed myself as well. Let's ring this bell. Oh, Pisces, I see something going a little backwards for you, but we're going to find out what that is. We're going to find out what that is. I hope everyone is doing well. This is a Pisces reading. If the reading is for a male, I will say so. If the reading is for a female, I will say so. If I say nothing at all, understand that we all have masculine just as well as feminine energy. True story. Where you stand in your energy, only you would know, right? Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Pisces. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Many of you who follow me, I try to enlighten you. What you take from it, that's totally up to you. What you don't take, that's totally up to you. But I don't mind sharing. I spoke to you a few days ago about when you meditate, it's all about the imagination. To be able to see whatever it is that you're trying to manifest within your life, you have to be able to see it in your mind's eye. You have to be able to create the mental picture of it. That's having an imagination. To be able to create the life that you desire in the mind's eye. The mind's eye is called the third eye. Sometimes people are able to see through the mind's eye. Other people, they're not able to see out of the mind's eye, only within the mind. Some people, third eye is open. Some people are not. Some people's third eye will never open, and many will. However, having the greatest imagination is where you begin when it comes to the art of meditating your soul's desires, bringing it to fruition. Aquarius people, they live in the mind, always thinking forward. They're very innovative. Pisces, they have the greatest imaginations of all. Very imaginative. This is why when Pisces meditate, they know how to bring whatever it is they desire to them in the physical realm. Not just the imagination, but in the physical. A lot of people think that Pisces are compared to Scorpios because Scorpios do have the Midas touch. A lot of people, a lot of astrologers feel as though that Pisces also has the Midas touch. And many of them do. The reason why is because they are very compassionate people. They give a fuck about you. They give a fuck about the family. They give a fuck about strangers. They care deeply, very compassionate people. But they're very perceptive as well. Understand that. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for Pisces. Pisces, you know, if you've been here before, you know I don't like taking this many cards at the start of the reading, but I have no choice. 5 cards came out. 5 cards are what we're going to speak about. You know, Pisces are born between February the 19th and March the 20th. Their symbol is the fish, swimming in opposite directions. Their water is element. That's my cousin, let me tell you. I have to shout Pisces out, you know. They're represented by the planet Jupiter, and their modality is mutable. Let me just say that. Pisces are represented by the 12th house. Like Capricorns, Pisces are known for their feet. Most Pisces have slim feet, elongated. Toes, elongated like a Capricorn. Capricorn has the wider foot. Pisces has the slimmer foot for most. So Pisces, if you want to keep that slim foot, be careful what you put into the body. You being a water sign, understand that you in older age, later on in your 20s, can have problems with the lymphatic system, swelling in the legs, swelling in the feet, swelling in the toes. So just be mindful of your salt intake and even actually of your water intake. Imagine that your body is over 90% water anyway. So how much water do you feel as though you need to put in there? Be careful. You know, you have a lot of people that say that drink 3 gallons a day, drink 1 gallon a day, drink 2 gallons a day. You know your body better than anyone else does. So think about not just plain water. Maybe, listen, I'm not a medical intuitive, although I have done some medical intuitive work, but I don't like to. Imagine keeping water in your refrigerator in a container with different types of fruits in it, right? Vegetables as well, to purify the water in the form of it taking on the energy of what you put into it. So imagine if you are a person who loves sugar waters, right? Sugar waters, I'm talking about like Kool-Aids and fruit drinks that are being diluted with lots of sugar. Try using the natural sugars and be careful with what kind of fruit you put in there, because some fruit are fruits that you should avoid past your 25 and older, because your body will begin to swell. So pay attention to the lymphatic systems. A lot of Pisces, they love the colors purple, the lighter side of purple, like the lilacs. They love silver, like Capricorn, their cousin, right? Shiny things, you know what I mean? They love the color green and seafoam. Let's get to this reading. This just in, Pisces. This just in. I hope you can see. Spirit comes to remind you that resilience is in your blood. You have the power to overcome anything life may have to throw at you, Pisces. If you're feeling defeated about any situation in your life, right now, Spirit says, don't. For you may bend, but you are without a doubt unbreakable. Pisces, you are unbreakable. I don't know what has you feeling discombobulated. I don't know what's going on in your life personally. If this was a one-to-one reading, guess what? I would dive all in, because I am nosy like that. This is not a one-to-one reading. This is a general tarot Pisces reading. But we're going to dive in to find out what is making you feel this way. Let me just say this. You can't be defeated. Absolutely not. You remember I just compared you to Scorpio. Scorpio is the sign that has the Midas touch. Everything they touch turns to gold. They are the phoenix that rises from the ashes. Many of us piggyback off of that. When we are productive or we win in a situation, we say that we are the phoenix that rises from the ashes. But the true sign of Scorpio can actually say that. But what you can say, Pisces, anything you want to pull from any zodiac sign, you can, because every zodiac sign is inside of you. You are everything from Aries on down to who you are authentically, which is Pisces. You are the zodiac sign that has every zodiac sign in them. True story. So whatever is making you feel this way, Pisces, is unnecessary. You may bend, but you won't break. You are the phoenix that rises from the ashes, just like Scorpio. One of my favorite sayings is by Martin Luther King. A man can't ride your back unless it's bent. I learned that saying when I was in middle school. I had an English teacher in the 6th grade that made us study poetry. I disliked it like there was no tomorrow. I had an English teacher that not only made us study poetry, but we read a lot in his class. His name was Mr. Higgins. I always felt like Mr. Higgins was a little fruity, right? But he was a husband. He had children. but I don't care. Oh man, he can walk better than most females. Let me just tell you that. But I respected him because what I learned from his class was holding on to the memories of things, knowing every detail, where every exclamation point was and where it was needed, and every comma, every question. He always said that there was no such thing as a question that was stupid. Ask always. Pisces, I need to ask you something. What is making you feel this way? You feel defeated at this present time. There's something going on in your life. But the reason why I'm asking, why do you feel this way? Because you may bend, but you'll never break. You need to know that. You do have the Midas touch. Always remember that each and every zodiac sign has multiple zodiac signs within them. But you, Pisces, has every zodiac sign within you. That's why you match energy. So whatever making you feel defeated, it's time for you to shake it off. Because there's no reason for you to be feeling like this when you're everything that everyone is not. True story. We have this just in. This just in, Pisces. Spirit is encouraging you to keep going. Life has its lessons, but don't let it discourage you. Whenever life seems to not go as you expected, don't count it as a fail. Remember that Spirit is guiding you through it all. True story. You may bend, but you are without a doubt unbreakable. In the words of Martin Luther King, a man cannot ride your back unless it's bent. And Pisces, you don't bend. You don't bend. So therefore, you are unbreakable. Always remember that. This just in, Pisces. This just in. Spirit is asking that you be patient about a particular situation because divine timing has the last say in this. You know, anytime I get this card, I understand how someone feels, because when you get this card, you're like, I asked for something, I've been asking for it, and it's taken a long time to come in. When you do that, you put the pause on whatever it is that was coming your way. You put the pause on that by saying, it's taking too long. I wish it'd hurry up. See, there's this thing called the universe. And there's this thing that you do. If you're religious, you pray. If you're spiritual, you meditate to manifest something. Religious people, you pray for a certain outcome. Same thing. But how could you ask for something and then try to control it? Oh, you may have the Midas touch, but you don't get to control. The ego is making you think that it's taking too long. But when it comes in, it's right on time. And nobody likes to hear that because you're like, oh, I needed that a month ago. The universe gives it to you at the right time. That's why people, you'll hear them say, it was right on time. You may not experience that because there's someone here that's saying it's taking too long. It's not taking too long at all. Every time you say that, you put the pause, you put the brakes on whatever it is that was coming towards you. You're making yourself wait. So stop playing yourself out. We have Pisces, this just in. Pisces, forgiveness is the key to healing and letting go. Whomever you need to forgive, Spirit says now is the time to do so. There is no need to hold on to hurt, anger, or pain. Release it so that you can be free. Listen, I had to learn a long time ago not to hold on to hurt, to anger, or pain. I'm a vengeful woman. True story. I'm a petty woman as well. True story. I match energy just like you, Pisces. I match energy. But I hate when people have a problem with the way that I match it. You know? You might be like, I just smacked you. But Empress Real One, punch me in my face with a closed hand. I'm one of them. You may have smacked me in a playful way, but I'm going to teach you how not to play with me. Pisces, you match energy. With that being said, forgiveness. Spirit is saying that you need to forgive someone because that's the key to your healing. There's someone who hurt you. There's someone who you trusted wholeheartedly, and you didn't feel like you needed to match energy with them. So you were blinded by the manipulation. You didn't look too closely. You didn't pay attention. And for that reason is why you blame yourself in a certain situation. But Spirit is saying to forgive yourself because that will bring on healing. Let me just say this. Pisces season comes at the end of winter as we all prepare for spring. While everything is still hibernating, like the bears who are still asleep, we get to see that glimmer of hope that spring will soon be here. Pisces live in that glimmer of hope. Even though all of us, even though we are at the end of a journey, a new one is just around the corner. So there's someone that disappointed you. You slept on them. You absolutely slept on them. You didn't pay attention. Your eyes weren't open because you're like, I trust them. I know they wouldn't do me like that because I would never do them like that. But they did you like that, Pisces. But Spirit is saying, forgive yourself. Because sometimes when we love deeply, we do put the blinders on. And you wore these blinders for a while, Pisces. Let me say this too, for my cross watchers. Pisces people, male or female, are adaptable. They are. They are very adaptable. They get along with people from all walks of life. Pisces can live anywhere in the world, as I said. Pisces people are highly intuitive. Like Cancers, they have very powerful emotions. They are very perceptive, and they give the same energy that is given to them. If you act aggressively with the Pisces, oh shucks, they're going to be aggressive as well. If you are kind to a Pisces, they will be kind to you as well. That's why it can be hard for many people to understand the Pisces. They're misunderstood. So cross watchers, you're like, I could do whatever I want to a Pisces, and they're not supposed to do those things to me. Oh, Pisces matches energy. This time, Pisces, you didn't match energy. You didn't keep your eyes open because you trusted. Your intuition told you that something just fell off, that it wasn't right, but you didn't pay attention because you trusted them. You're like, I don't have to keep my eye on them like I had to keep my eye on Mary, Bob, Bill, and Brenda. Not this person. I trust this person. But this person right here, Pisces, they did you dirty. My cross watchers, I got to bring you back into this. You know, Pisces is not only a representation of an ending, but they represent wisdom. And along their journey, they have gained so much knowledge just from being around many people. Pisces contains a little of each sign within their personality. And this makes them feel the emotions of others more deeply or more deeper than a Cancer. People say that Cancers are very sensitive. Once again, I like to say that Cancers have very powerful emotions. But guess who feelings runs a little deeper? And that's Pisces. Their feelings run deeper than any sign. That's why they didn't think that they had to pay attention to my cross watcher. They trusted you. And they felt like if they trusted you, they didn't need to keep their eye on you. Pisces, you feel like it was your responsibility to pay attention. Pisces, sometimes love gets in the way. Whether it be a significant other, whether it be a family member, a friend, a co-worker, a neighbor, sometimes love gets in the way. And love, it will blind a person with 20/20 vision, let me tell you. Pisces has a need to hide their emotions as well, because it's like they don't know who they can trust versus who they can open up to. This person, Pisces, trusted. They shared their gifts of love, their emotions with this person. And this person stabbed Pisces in the back. At the number 5 card, all of these cards, this just in, but the middle, breaking news, Pisces, breaking news. Whatever it is that you have been praying for or trying to manifest is on its way to you, Pisces. Keep believing and know that Spirit is always working on your behalf. Spirit is always working on your behalf. So don't be the Pisces that I just spoke about that is questioning the universe's timing by saying that is taking too long. Pisces, be patient. Who wants to be patient? Nobody. But we all have to learn the art of patience. So Pisces, be patient. Keep believing and know that Spirit is always working on your behalf. At the bottom of the deck, this just in, Pisces. This just in. Spirit says focus on your finances at this time. Slow down with spending and develop the habit of saving, or at least start to invest your money into assets. This will bring you financial stability and wealth. Spirit is telling you, Pisces, to put a little choke on those finances. Stop purchasing things that you don't need. Listen, when I was growing up, homes used to be in the 100,000s. And then when I hit my 20s, they were 200 plus thousand. In my 30s, they creeped up a little more. 40s, they creeped up a little more. But for a decent home, it may cost you $1 million. I remember as a child, as a little girl, I would say, one day, I'm going to be a millionaire. I got to make my wishes a little stronger than that, because $1 million may not even buy me a house nowadays. So put a choke on your finances, Pisces. Things are a little expensive for some. Cook at home a little more. Stop buying things that you don't need. Put a choke on those finances. And start to invest. Learn how to invest your finances. That's what the card says. Learn how to invest your money into assets. A lot of people think that they need to start off with 200, 300, 400, and you don't. You can invest $5 and allow that to multiply. You can invest $10 and allow that to multiply. When you learn to invest, you won't try to go all in. You want to watch it grow a little bit. But you understand that investing is a gamble on some things. So whatever you invest in, be mindful of it. Understand the market for it. Understand the market for it, Pisces. Let's dive into this reading. I hope everyone is doing well. I sincerely do. I hope everyone is doing well. This is a Pisces reading. Once again, if it's for a male, I will say so. If it's for a female, I will say so. If I say nothing at all, understand we all have masculine and also feminine energies. And excuse me for anybody that wrote a message. I don't always see all the messages that appear. And my apologies. A lot of times when I am into the reading, I am so focused on it. Every once in a while, I will lift up my head and I will glance and I will try to catch a message. But please don't ever think that I'm ignoring you. I don't see all the messages. And I literally can't see all the messages. I wear these things right here. Look at that medicine. Those are bifocals. You know, they come with age. And I think I say it a lot to you guys because I'm even surprised that I'm wearing bifocals. True story. Hey, but it comes with age and I still have my sight. You know? Listen, I'm over here sipping. Excuse me. Spirit guys, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear for the sign of Pisces. Thank you. Spirit. Oh, thank you. I didn't even get a chance to finish my sentence. Three more cards, please. 3 more cards for Pisces. That's a lot, but we're going to take them. Pisces, I did not want this many cards. I promise you. I said, I'm going to start coming on a little earlier when I can. So I can have my nights to myself. We have 3 bonus cards. 3 bonus cards. And we have the bottom of the deck right here. Pisces, we're starting off with the number 8. This is strength. You know, we equate strength to the lion. We equate strength to Leo. Spirit wants you to stand in your energy. You are one of the rarest signs. You have every zodiac sign within you. You are that person. If there has ever been that it girl or that it guy, it would be Pisces. That's why I'm so confused every time I hear someone that tries to speak negatively about a Pisces. They match energy. They may not say to you, I know that you're cheating. They match energy. So if you call one a cheater, if you think that you're doing it in secret, they know. They match energy. If you think that you're going to lie to them, and if you say that Pisces is a liar, they match energy. Why should they be honest with you when you're not being honest with them? Listen, I'm just trying to make this make sense for my cross watchers. A lot of people try to dog Pisces out, but this not that place. Pisces, Spirit wants you to stand in your strength. Remember, I spoke to you about patience because the number 8 represents patience. Have compassion for yourself. You know, Spirit said forgiveness is the key to healing and letting go. Forgive yourself for closing your eyes with this person. That's what we call love. And love makes you do some crazy things. You are a very confident person. After all, you are the mystical fish. Very powerful you are. Spirit wants you to be courageous. Just because something happened to you that was out of alignment with who you are and what you gave to a situation, remember, you may bend, but you won't break. You are unbreakable. Situations and things hurt us. Absolutely they do. But this too shall pass. We have the first card with you standing in your strength. Pisces. It's time for you to get back to business. Stand in your strength. Yes, the situation hurt. It was painful, but it didn't break you. You know, the number 8 is actually a very spiritual number. I forgot what reading that I did recently, and we had this number 8 appear twice in a reading. But the number 8 is actually a very spiritual number, as we know that all numbers are. This number symbolizes you, Pisces, having a positive mindset. And you standing back up in your strength for that mental stability. Your guardian angels are giving you a heads up about the abundance that will soon be coming your way. Matter of fact, it was Virgo. As I was speaking to you, it was Virgo that I got this same card for. A whole different deck, but this same number 8, it was Virgo. But material abundance is coming your way. If you're thinking about a job situation, climbing the ladder, wondering if you're going to get a raise or a higher position, it is so. But your finances are going to take a drastic change for the better. But you do need to find balance between the spiritual world and the material world, the aspects of your life in order to live as abundantly as possible. That's why we have this card here. Spirit is telling you not to waste, not to spend on things that are unnecessary. They want you to get control of your finances right now so that you won't be the one that we call new money and then blow all your money. Spirit says focus on your finances at this time. Slow down with spending and develop the habit of saving, or at least start to invest your money into assets that will bring you financial stability and wealth. So Spirit wants you to have that money mindset. We have this thing called old money. Old money doesn't brag and boast. You may not even recognize old money. But new money need the red bottom shoes, the fancy pocketbooks, the best hairdos, the best bleach jobs. I'm talking about for skinny hair, whatever the case may be. But they have to have the best of the best. Old money knows how to live, and they know how to keep investing. New money buys frivolous things and then wonder how they get back to the beginning of having to learn how to invest all over again. Spirit wants you to develop a money mindset, to start getting yourself in order so that when this money comes in, you won't blow it. We have the Four of Wands, Pisces, the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands, someone could be married here. And if you're not married, you may be going to a wedding. But there's someone here that's going to be celebrating. This card, the Four of Wands, is happy home, happy life. So if you are married, things are going to look brighter. If you're not in a relationship, you may be reuniting with someone. That's your choice. But success, financial success, happiness is all on the table for you, Pisces. Spirit wants you to rest up because trouble doesn't last long. So if there was a Pisces that was going through financial distress, things are going to start picking up for you. But the Four of Wands is all about prosperity. We have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, I personally like seeing this card in a reading. That's releasing baggage. Even this person that hurt you, that you felt like, I should have kept my eyes open, I should not have given so much to the situation. It was okay to give as much as you did to the situation because that's who you are. But you're releasing the past, the pain, the hurt. You're releasing trauma. You're releasing trauma so that you can move into calmer waters. You're moving on. You're releasing what was and the things that you cannot change. You are accepting the lessons because you know that blessings are coming in. The Six of Swords is also a person that's going to travel. So there's a Pisces here who may be planning a vacation of some sort. But I'm just saying, Pisces, I don't know how you feel about Mary J. Blige, but she got a residency down in Las Vegas coming in May. So you may travel on down there if you don't live there already. I'm just saying, I know some people don't like the way Mary sings, but I grew up in the era of Mary. And I am going to go and see her. Yes, but you're overcoming hardships. And this was a hardship. This was a hardship. The number 19, after you releasing, after letting go, we have the Sun card. The Sun is happiness. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. The Four of Wands is a happy card as well, let me tell you. The number 19 is happiness. You will have that victory. You will be satisfied with releasing negativity, people, places, and things, because Pisces, the one thing that you are, you're full of hope. You have that imagination that I spoke about in the beginning of this reading. Like Aquarius, people who live in the mind, they are forward thinkers. The other day, I spoke about when you meditate to manifest a certain outcome, you have to have an imagination to create a mental picture. You have the greatest imagination out of all the signs. You know how to bring it into you, whatever it is that you desire. Prosperity is on the table because the number 19 means prosperity, as the Four of Wands also means prosperity. So we have it here twice. Now, prosperity can mean many things to many people. Some, it could be all about your finances, as we see. Prosperity could mean a reunion with someone. Let's give it another try. But if you ever decide to give something another try with a person, you have to leave the garbage at the door. You have to leave those old clothes at the door. You have to leave those old wounds at the door. You can't keep mending them. Once they heal, don't go back to that spot and try to pick it all over again so that it can become infected. So if you want to reunite with someone, as the Four of Wands means a reunion with someone, you have to let go of pain, hurt, trauma, and drama. The number 19 says you will have your happiness. Listen, love is here for you if you desire to have that, but it's fulfillment in every area of your life. Listen, I understand, Helen. I just caught that. I can't give him too many chances. Let me say this. I don't make U-turns, but that's just me. When I'm done, I'm done. You understand? Some people give chance after chance after chance until they end up hurting themselves or someone ends up hurting them. And you're not able to come back from a place of a healthy mental space. But me personally, I don't rewind. When I'm done with someone, I'm done. When it comes to relationship-wise, I've already visited that. There's no need for me to go back. If that person walked away, it was for a reason. If I walk away, it is for a reason. So that's me. You know how much you can handle. You know how much you're willing to put up with versus what you're not. But there has to be an end game when you've had enough. And that's why we have these things called boundaries. And boundaries have to be put into place for reasons. You know, I usually don't do this, but I am going to do this because I dislike to see a person say that they're broken inside. And no one is broken. You just have to know how to pick yourself up. If we're speaking about Pisces, Pisces are attracted to lilacs, excuse me, witch hazel, and they're attracted to mugwort. These are all plants. Excuse me. Let's speak about mugwort. We're just going to go there for a moment. Mugwort for a Pisces. And everybody, even if you're a cross watcher, this is specifically for a Pisces. Mugwort is association with divination. It's associated with the dream world, the dream realm, right? Oftentimes in root work and spiritual work and voodoo practices and witchcraft, we use herbs for many different reasons. But specifically for a Pisces, mugwort can help a Pisces person gain clairvoyance. I'm specifically speaking to a Pisces because most water signs are very clairvoyant. True story. A lot of clairvoyant people receive messages through their dream state. And it actually helps them to take a glimpse or peek into the future. It's just for a second. You have to try to remember as many details as you possibly can. That's why I always encourage people to keep journals by their nightstands, because when they receive messages through their dreams, in the blink of an eye, you can forget your dream just like that. If someone says, good morning, if you go to the bathroom or whatever the case may be, you can forget the dream. It's lost. I always try to encourage people to keep a journal next to their bed, and a lot of people don't like to write anymore. I don't get it. Some people keep their cell phones next to their bed, so maybe in your note sections, you can write a note to self to write down as many details as you possibly can in your phone. But getting back to mugwort and getting back into your dream, mugwort is an herb that can be used for protection, strength, because you, Helen, feel like you're broken, and creativity. So add mugwort to tea before going to bed so that you can see glimpses of your future. I don't give out spell work. It's not something that I do on this platform. But you meant what you said, and I felt it. And the cancer in me wants to cry. But I'm not going to do that because I'm encouraging strength. That's the first card here. Breakups are difficult. Pain, depending on the type of pain, is difficult. And trust me, I understand. If you have a local farmer's market, you know, a lot of the grocery stores where I live, they're multicultural. And they have different types of herbs in the grocery stores. So you can take a handful of this mugwort and brew it slowly on the lowest setting for about 30 to 40 minutes and let it steep slowly, and drink it before you go to bed. Not anytime sooner, but before you're about to lie down, drink the tea and ask to be able to see, to be able to strengthen you, to be able to help you through this difficult time of healing. And then get back to me. I'm nosy like that. But I don't like to hear anybody say that they feel broken. Things hurt. Imagine me watching my father with stage 4 cancer, being in a room with him while he's hooked up to life support. Imagine that. Watching him bleed out of the mouth and nose. And imagine me walking over to his bedside, telling him my deepest and darkest secret. And then imagine him closing his eyes permanently right after I told him. Imagine me watching my mother on life support, reliving it all over again. That's the kind of pain that no one wants to feel. The two people that gave me life, I was there for both of them. That's a pain. But nobody's pain is compared to the next person. So I understand pain, and I know what it feels like to feel like you're broken. But this will help you to be able to see, glimpse, and pieces. It's just going to be glimpse and pieces, so do not overdo it. 1 cup, that's all you need. 1 cup to strengthen you from toxicity, because it's a toxic situation that you're dealing with and you just don't know how to let go. But this is for you to be able to get a glimpse if you continue to hold on. And that's that. And I'll never do that again. I don't even know if I'm going to post this Pisces video. I really don't. I don't like to give out anything like that up here on these platforms because everybody doesn't know how to use it accurately, but I felt it because you actually feel like you're broken. You actually feel like you are broken. And I know what that feels like. And that's a true story. When my mother crossed over, it didn't matter if I was a psychic, if I'm a medium, if I read cards, it doesn't matter what I do in the spiritual world. All I knew was her. And so I never imagined planning her funeral, picking out a coffin. I never imagined doing any of those things, picking out her clothes, any of that. And I too felt like I was broken because when my sister passed, she did those things. When my dad passed, my mom did those things. And I never imagined me, the baby, having to do these things. And what's crazy, I couldn't even pick out her coffin. My children picked out the coffin. And I wanted my big sister, even though my big sister and I are not friends, but I wanted her to step in and say, how can I help you? What do you need help with? Even writing my mom's obituary, I felt like everything was all on me. But this is the same woman that took care of all of us. We lived in the same house and raised the same way. I could have never imagined going through burying my mom without my sister. And I had to do it with my children. Imagine that. So my mom, dear grandma, and we're grieving differently. With my mom, when my dad crossed over, I had my mom. When my sister crossed over, I had my mom. But when my mom crossed over, damn it, I wanted my mom. And my children had my back, but it wasn't the same. Because every time I needed to lean, I always leaned in her direction. And when I felt like how you feel, broken, I was almost not here. Let me just tell you that. And my daughter said, Mom, are you okay? And I said, yes. And I'm making arrangements. I'm making arrangements, let me tell you. I'm making arrangements. And then I saw her peeping at me. And then I saw her peeping at me out the window. Because I needed to always go outside to get a deep breath. And as she was looking at me, I moved back because I knew she could feel the pain that I was in. And she asked again, Ma, are you okay? And I was honest. I said, I am not okay. And I said, I can't do this life. And then my phone got a ding. I'm so serious. I had gotten a text message on Facebook from a friend. And they too had been going through something. And I said, I do want to talk to this friend. And as this friend spoke to me about what they were going through, I didn't tell this friend what I was going through then and there, but I listened to them. And they were on the edge as well. But they were on a different kind of on the edge. And I said I wanted to pull them out as much as I could. But I didn't know by me thinking that I was pulling them out, they were pulling me out too. We were both at the end of our ropes. This one wanted to do a massive attack on something, and then here I am wanted to do a ropes. This one wanted to do a massive attack on something, and then here I am wanted to do a massive attack on myself. Imagine that. Do you know That was the last day that I chose not to choose myself. When I can go down memory lane and think about the good, the bad, and the ugly of life, and the precious moments that I consider to be precious with my mom, the one thing I knew, that she was strength. And I had to be strength. I had to be strength. And my mom fought her way through happiness. I only saw my mother cry when she lost her father, when she lost her brother, when she lost her mother, but I never saw her cry for anything else. So she taught me peace no matter what you're going through. And I walk through life connecting to the peace within me. And when it dims, I go back in again. And it dims and I go back in again. And I never let the light go out. Then I look at my daughter. And I look at my grandson. And then my husband will be like, "Are you okay?" And I say yes. Because the light never goes out. So broken, I know what it feels like to feel like you're broken, but you're not. That's why I gave you a remedy to just get a glimpse. A glimpse of your sunshine. Just a glimpse. And let me tell you, this does not work for everybody. I promise you, this works for Pisces. It works for Pisces. It works for Cancer. And it works for Scorpio. This only works for a water sign. You can all try it, but it won't be successful. You won't be successful. You won't be successful. But I'll never do that again. The number 4 is the Emperor. The number 4 is the Emperor. Pisces, make a wish. Make a wish. It falls right under the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is your celebration. It's your celebration. Here we are with the Emperor. This is the number 4. You have the number 4 on the board 2 times. That's 2 wishes for you, Pisces. Make a wish. Not here. Do it in the privacy of your own home, when you can think about what it is that you truly desire for yourself. The number 4, as I say in all of my readings, is related to self-expression, loyalty, mental stability. You trusting yourself, not allowing the light to go out. You being patient with whatever this is that's coming in for you, that the universe has clearly already promised. Organization, and you being determined to win. None of us are broken. We may feel like it, but we're not. The number 4 is also a number that possesses energies of the archangels overall. So the number 4 is a number of focus. You setting a foundation for yourself, and completion of letting go anything that doesn't serve you, and you having to be honest with yourself. So look out for it, and you will see the number and the sequences of 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Those numbers and those sequences hold great power. Whatever you wish for will be granted, as long as the wish isn't made to harm anyone. Make the wish with gratitude, saying thank you in advance, feeling and showing an appreciation of kindness, saying thank you before you make the wish, because when you say thank you, you know that you will receive whatever it is that you ask for, because it's going to be granted. You have 2 wishes on the board. We have the number 18, which is the moon. When people see the moon, the first thing that they say is, the moon is full of illusions, right? But never look at the moon like that. Look at the moon as a water sign connecting to his or her intuition. Don't deceive yourself, as you just did, of saying that you feel broken, because you're not. You just have to connect to the light that's inside of you. And no matter what a person does or says, you will not allow anyone to dim your light. The only person that can do that is you. I've made it a habit to never to allow my light to go out. I always dig in to make sure it's bright enough. Your dreams. This mugwort will help you to be able to look just a little bit into the future, removing your anxieties, removing your fear. But the moon is confusion. There's someone here who is confused about a particular situation, but you must proceed with caution. We have the Knight of Cups. This is someone who is following their heart. The Knight of Cups is someone who follows their heart. This is someone here, you Pisces specifically, are going to let someone know that you love them. You're going to share with them how much you love them, no matter how scared you may be to say it. And this may be causing you a lot of anxiety because you don't know how the other person is going to accept what you say. Because you do love this person, but you fear if it's going to go anywhere. We have the number 1, which is the Magician. And we are all the magician, no matter what your sign is. We are the magician of our life, of our destiny, of our journey. We have the power and the resources to manifest whatever it is that we desire to have in our lives. Pisces, you're very creative, one of the world's greatest imaginations. So concentrate on what you desire to have for yourself. It's time for you to take action. You have the number 4 and the number 4. This is 2 wishes. Along with the Sun card, you can't go wrong. The number 11 is Justice. This is justice. There's some truths that will be coming out. Whomever this person is that you are dealing with or have dealt with, there's some truths coming out. But Spirit is also telling you, Pisces, to be truthful with yourself. Remember, with any action, there's a cause and effect. Spirit wants you to take accountability because accountability is the law of balance. You want fairness. But with cause and effects, there's always consequences. Someone may not see something the way that you see it, and you may not see something the way that they see it. But Spirit wants you to be truthful with yourself. We have 3 bonus cards. The number 2, which is the High Priestess, the first bonus card. Once again, trusting your intuition. Very intuitive, Pisces. Very intuitive you are. You have a secret knowledge, a secret wisdom that you need to tap into. The High Priestess is all about the dream world. Once again, I gave you a key to use if you want to take a glimpse. It's only going to give you a glimpse. But it also helps you to tap into your intuitive side. We have the 3 of Cups. Pisces, the 3 of Cups is celebration once again. The 4 of Wands is also celebration. Let's not forget that. The 3 of Cups is celebration, a reunion. The 4 of Wands is also a reunion. But this also tells me that you are a creative person, so you're going to be collaborating with someone. It could be a new lover. It could be an old lover or someone that you're currently with, your significant other. But the 3 of Cups also brings happiness, just like the sun. Pisces, you could be invited to a party by a friend. And you could meet someone at this party. Someone new, or the person that you want the reunion with, or they want the reunion with you. They may be at this party as well. We have the 2 of Pentacles, Pisces, the 2 of Pentacles. When the 2 of Pentacles appears in the reading, that's a decision that you need to make. To be or not to be. This is you juggling life, juggling money, as the card says here. At the bottom of the deck, this just in. Spirit says, focus on your finances at this time. Slow down with spending and develop the habit of saving, or at least start to invest your money into assets that will bring you financial stability and wealth. Right here, the 2 of Pentacles, that's someone that's juggling life and juggling money. But Spirit is saying that things will come into alignment, that things will come into balance for you. There's a lot going on in a Pisces life. Let me just tell you that. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of highs and lows. But you must remain flexible. You know, words are very powerful. And I have to say this again. You may feel like you're broken to Helen, but you have to understand there's no such thing as broken. Sometimes we're tested. Our strength is put to the test. And I learned my strength. I learned my strength. Let me tell you. I learned my strength in a way that I could never imagine. I've been learning my strength since I was a kid. And I could say, when will the madness stop? I could say that, but I won't. Because only I can shine my light, and only I can dim my light. I can allow people or a person to break me, but I may bend, but I'll never break. And a man can't ride your back unless it's bent, and I am unbreakable. The only way that I'm going to be broken if someone makes me close my eyes permanently, but I still rise. We forever live. For infinity and beyond. We are source. And source is energy. And source is light. So therefore, I cannot die. I choose to live. And I will never let a person dim my light, take away my light. Only I can do that. So I know my strength. You have to tap into yours. We have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Two of Pentacles here. The Two of Pentacles, the Queen said, I'm going to knock all this shit out the way. This is a motherly figure, male or female. Someone who is very nurturing, someone who is very grounded, down to earth. So the energies of the Capricorn. I'm speaking to someone who is very generous, very caring. But no one is responsible for the way that you feel. You are responsible for how you feel. And the one thing that I can give to you today for you to take away from this reading, and everyone here who is a Pisces, Aries was the first sign created. And the gods, the deities, had to think about what they were going to put into this zodiac sign. And then when it came to the end, which is you, Pisces, they said, I'm going to give Pisces all the energy that I put into every other sign and make you the magician, because you are the mystical fish. You are every sign of the zodiac. You have all the energies of every sign in the zodiac. And it was only right for the first card to come out as strength. Pisces, know your strength. Things hurt. Things feel uneasy. Things feel uncomfortable. There's a lot of people that would love to see me crumble. Trust me, I know. A lot of people would love to see me just break. A lot of people don't understand, why does she keep rising? Because I love me. I love me, and I love me. And if I didn't love me, I couldn't love anybody else. Without me loving me, I couldn't love my husband, I couldn't love my children, my grandchildren, and so on. Once upon a time, I loved people more than they loved me. But now, I love me first. The end. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you nothing but love and light. You have a lot of happiness on this board. You have 2 wishes. You have the sun. And the first thing you need to know is to tap back into your strength. When I was young, I hung around my grandfather a lot. And my grandfather was a different kind of beast. And he taught me life. And I never, ever saw my grandfather cry until I saw his daughter die. And that was the first person that was close to us in our family that crossed over. My mother's sister, when I was in middle school. And when I got to North Carolina for the funeral, I didn't say anything to my grandmother, nor did I say anything to my grandfather. But I watched my grandfather get dressed for his daughter's funeral. And he was slow moving that day. And when he sat front row, was the first time in my life I ever saw my grandfather cry. True story. And when we got back to the house, after the repast and everything, he took me outside and I was sitting on the picnic table. He said, anytime you feel down, you have to tap in, tap in, tap in. You have to wake up everything, wake it all up. Don't ever allow anything to go to sleep. That's what he said. He said, because life still moves. Life still moves. And if you want to be a part of it, you have to continue to move. When I bought my first car, I used to hear my mother, my aunts talk about how long it would take them to get to where we lived from that state to the state of North Carolina, right? So I'm like, one day I'm going to beat their time. And one day I did beat their time. And I drove to North Carolina without my mother in the car, without anybody in the car but myself. And my grandfather said, what are you doing here? I said, you knew I was coming. He said, that's not what I mean. What are you doing here? I said, I just wanted to beat my mother's time. He was not impressed. He said, you ever do that again? I'll be here, but you won't. He said, so what was so important that you needed to be here right now? I had nothing to say. He taught me things like that. He said it without saying. Anytime when I'm feeling not in alignment with myself, I always tap in. I don't care if I'm in the shower, I'm tapping in the closet, I'm tapping in. I'm tapping in because I'm still here and I'm waking me up, lighting myself. I don't need anybody to light the way. I'm lighting myself up. People could call that vain, but I've been awoke for a long time. And I value one thing: peace, happiness. Peace and happiness. Peace and happiness. Because I've been through it all. I've been through it all. A lot of people would love to break me. And people say I wear things on my face. Nah, I don't wear shit on my face. I let you see what I allow you to see. What do I wear on my face? People say that to me all the time. Do I wear rape on my face? Do I wear molestation on my face? Do I wear abuse on my face? What do I wear on my face? You have no clue. This is my face. This is my fucking face. And you'll never know what I wear. You see what I allow you to see. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. And I'll send to you nothing but love and light. Pisces, I'm not even posting this reading at all. I usually post all my readings, but I'm not even going to post this one because the people that want to listen to it in the back, they'll try to write down that remedy, and it's not for everybody. It's for water signs. It's for Cancers and Pisces and Scorpios. It's water signs, right? It's for water signs. I can go over other signs and give some recipes, but I will not. I will not do that. Let me tell you, you are very welcome. You are very welcome. But I will be back tomorrow. Pisces, I'll get back to you on another reading. I'm not going to post this. This is going to be one that's packed away. This is going to be one that's packed away. But no one should ever feel broken. Things hurt. Things hurt. Things hurt. And things can hurt you to your soul. But you got to get up anyway. You must get up anyway. You must get up anyway. You must get up anyway. I get so many people that tell me, you should write a book. Should I begin the day when my cousin took my virginity when I was 4 years old? Should I begin there? Should that be the start of my book? Nah. Broken? We know what it feels like to be almost broken, but we don't break. Never break. Never break. Good night.